I also, this is completely off topic and I have ADHD, so I'm sorry, but
It's
I
cool.
think people are confused about the goggles.
Yeah.
I've read a lot about goggle confusion, and maybe I'll clip in a picture right here. Right here of
Yeah.
us being guided. We would be guided because we really couldn't see or hear anything. We would have putty in our ears. We couldn't because local languages, you know. But yeah, we really couldn't see anything. So I think that the goggles turning on and off, it has nothing to do with VR. They just went black. We couldn't see out of them. And we would have multiple layers of things covering our eyes and then multiple layers of things covering our ears. And we would be guided to the locations by like a buddy.
Yeah, like we would be like in a train, like kind of like
Like
kindergartners
holding
on a
each
rope,
other's shoulders.
holding each other's shoulders, and then holding a producer also,
Yeah.
who would be like, "Take a step, Mac. You're going
Yeah.
too fast, Mac. Are you drunk?" Like,
So if that helps confuse you or unconfuse you,
we would put the goggles on the bus and then be walked out and then take them off.
yeah,
We wouldn't just because I feel like it looks like we were just teleported to our clue,
it does look like we were.
and then it's like,
teleported.
why even have the goggles on? Because you can see.
Yeah.
So I get that, but I want to go back to Rick, and then I also remembered what I was going to say about Josh, and believe it or not, they're connected, so that works out.
No way.
Yeah.
I don't know any connection. Oh, I do know. There are some connections
There's
between
like
them.
the
There's a big
massive-
one. Yeah,
and that's
okay.
the connection I'm talking about. Well, what I was going to say about Josh was, I'm really surprised he listened to Rick over his entire team. That surprises me. So I'm surprised he went home in that sense, that he chose Rick's information over his team's.
I think that face value first episode, he's thinking that you and Rick are really, really smart. And he's thinking that maybe the team he was on didn't know as much as we thought we did.
That makes sense.
So I think he probably was really battling with that in his head. Like, okay, I've got these really two smart people that are like confirmed really smart people. And then I've got these 4 other unconfirmed, non-confirmed smart people.
Biggie confirmed as being smart, 6 out of 6 tags.
I mean, yeah.
I don't know. I just thought that was kind of
But
surprising.
Biggie wasn't going in the map room, so I think that Josh is
He didn't
probably
know that.
like...
He might have been going. He did go to the map room. Biggie went to the map room. It was
Biggie
you I
did go
saved.
to the map room.
Wait, and we forget that I saved you.
We do. Okay, so there was this
Let's get
whole
into
drama, and I don't know how much we're legally allowed to talk about, but Mack was almost not going to save me, and it was a huge thing on the bus.
There were speeches about it.
There were speeches about it, and it was a really big deal that she wasn't going to save me when we worked together in the first challenge, and we wouldn't have gotten any clues if I hadn't picked up the sausage and if she hadn't decided to combine our tags together. So it was kind of like, how are you not going to save me?
Yeah.
Do you regret saving me at all? Like,
Right.
do you wish you had saved Biggie or somebody else?
I don't regret it in the sense that I wish I'd saved somebody else, because all I really cared about in that moment was myself not going to the map room. So that worked out.
I think that I don't remember my thoughts in the moment, but I think that if you had not saved me, I would have just put you in the map.
No,
room.
I know. Yeah.
I think I would have. But my team was very adamant about you need to do Rachel, which
Shout out her
because
team.
all of our team was going to go to the map room. So it was like,
Yeah.
but obviously I was probably going to be really hurt, and I was really hurt,
Yeah.
and I didn't want to work with Mac for a really long time, but we won't get into that.
Yeah, but it
because
did
that's not
it did
episode 1.
destroy our relationship, and I think it did
did.
put a massive target on my back, and I think a lot of people
They don't talk about
distrusted
that
me.
much in episode 1, but there's a huge target on her back for sure. And maybe that'll happen in episode 2, but like Mac, everyone was like, she needs to leave. She needs to go.
But what's funny is I didn't know that was the public sentiment. So that's
Yeah.
tough. Oh, but what the question I wanted to ask about Rick on this topic while we're still
okay.
here. Do you think Rick, be so serious, do you think Rick had malicious intent in telling Josh Milan?
I don't know. Honestly, I don't know. I think that Rick is malicious, and I think he's deceitful at least in a game. And, America loves a villain, so maybe that'll be good for him. But I don't know. I think that maybe he really did think Milan, and I think that it was edited to look like he really thought Milan, but do I know what he was really thinking in person? I don't think that he thought that meant AC or FC Milan, whatever.
AC Milan, yeah, the soccer
AC
team.
Milan, the soccer
The
team.
football team, if you will.
Whatever. I'm American. Rah. I am.
I know.
Long live the red, white, and blue. Okay. So I say soccer. But I don't think he thought it was that soccer team. Who's to say though? I'm gonna have to ask Rick to his face. Mm-hmm. Rick.
Hopefully we'll get him in bed with us.
We'll get him
under
in bed.
the covers.
We'll get him in bed. It'll be great.
Yep.
We'll get him right under the covers.
But will we believe him when he speaks? Like, I don't trust this man.
Okay, but I think I'll believe him outside of the game because I mean at this point, what does he have to lose? Who knows? All right. I want to talk about Kim a little bit.
Let's talk about Kim.
Kim's great. Kim is like...
My best memories on that bus involve Kim.
Kim is like
Biggie.
Jennifer Coolidge had a baby with Dwayne The Rock Johnson.
That's a perfect description.
Yeah. Right?
Yeah.
It's just, if Dwayne The Rock Johnson, you gotta say his full name, Dwayne The Rock Johnson, and Jennifer Coolidge had a baby a long time ago. Oh, is that wrong? Is that wrong to say that? No, she was born a while ago. Then the baby would be Kim. And I thought she was great, and I thought she's really funny, and I love Kim, and I still talk to her a lot. I think I talk to her like every other day because I love Kim so much. And I wish she was in episode 1 more, and I'm hoping that in the next however many episodes that she lasts, you like that vagity? Vagity. Is that not a word?
Isn't.
Well, it sounds like one. Vagity. I am not an English major. I hope she gets more screen time. Because she's great.
And you should encourage her, everybody watching this, to just make some videos because every word out of her mouth is hilarious.
Yeah, Kim, make more videos.
Everybody
show the public that you're hilarious.
Mm-hmm. We need more Kim. Everybody needs more Kim in their
life. The world needs more Kim.
Mm-hmm. She's so funny. I think one of my last questions for you is there anything, and I'm pretty sure we can talk about this to some extent, but is there anything that was cut out of the show that you wish hadn't been?
Yeah, I feel like, so after the first challenge, obviously I won, we won together. That's how I pretty much perceive it. We had so much strategy and strategic conversation. We were bringing everyone from the bus back one by one, trying to decide who we wanted to alliance with, who we wanted to work with.
Well, really, Allie was doing that.
I really was.
She didn't have a clipboard, but it felt like she was like, okay, and...
Hello, Rachel. By the way, surprise, Rachel is our roomie. We're all roomies. This is a surprise. So we're just gonna have you hop into the conversation. Let me finish my sentence. But yeah, basically, I was bringing people back one by one in the bus to talk to them and like learn about them and see if I wanted to alliance with them and like try to like fully interviewing people. And it was like in a separate area of the bus because I didn't want everyone to hear me. And I think at this point, people thought that was very bossy and like dominant of me, and people didn't like it.
Bitch.
And I did only interview some people, so it was like,
make the cut, Rachel.
Look,
the interview process. I just was not even invited from the get-go.
But I do think that bothered people, and I think that wasn't really included, but it did leave a bad taste in some people's mouth, and I think that was what
including
Shane
Rachel
was
specifically
talking about, like, oh, I don't know if I can trust Allie. I don't know if it was about the sausage.
I think you're right.
I don't know. I think it was about that.
Mm-hmm.
And there was a lot of thought that went into that, and we told Rick our clue because we wanted to work with him. We also told Ty and Josh. Mm-hmm. But that wasn't included, and I do wish that was included because that was strategic of us.
Yes.
And I feel
mostly
like
you. I was kind of
me.
around.
Yeah, it was strategic, and I feel like I wish that was in there, but
yeah.
But anyways, yeah, Rachel is our roomie. We are all 3 roomies.
I'm bothered now. What the f***? Am I so unaware? Like, you guys are behind me, like talking about like we should share tags. And I'm just in front of you guys, like. Like,
look.
No.
Oh my god, yeah.
It's fine. It's fine.
Well, so now that you're here,
wait, Rachel, is there anything that was cut out that you wish had been kept in?
No, I'm actually really glad a lot of things were kept out. Because I was in my feelings a lot. I said some really mean things about pretty much everybody on the bus.
Well, let's hear one. Let's hear one.
Yeah, let's hear a couple mean things that you had to say that were cut out.
Oh, I remember they were asking if I trust Biggie, and I said, "Oh no, I'm not gonna say this. Never mind. It got cut, so I'm not gonna say it."
Well, we've been talking about things that got cut, just not
question.
about like production or like Jeffrey or anything like that.
Mean.
Whisper
Okay.
it. Whisper it.
That
Whisper it. Whisper it.
Okay, yeah.
And then I'll say it.
No! Maybe it wasn't just Biggie. It could have been. I don't remember who I was talking about.
Sure.
But I was like, I'm not gonna. I was like, no, I don't trust anybody. I especially don't trust a man with a hairy back.
Rough.
There was something else I said, and now I don't remember if it was about Biggie, but I somehow accidentally saw somebody's back, like in the showers or something.
The showers were a single stall. Closed
on the bus.
No, people walking around shirtless.
Oh, okay.
Or like tufts coming out of somebody's.
Okay.
I don't know if it was Biggie's. I don't remember.
Yeah.
Might have been.
Well, yeah, I'm happy for you that got cut.
Cut that out. That was mean.
But what didn't get cut is Rachel telling me she could never trust the sausage stealer. Which we already talked about. The sausage thing was not even that big of a deal on the actual bus.
No, and I would have done it too.
Yeah, Rachel would have stolen.
Everybody would have done it.
Yeah,
everybody would have done it.
They would have. We did talk about that.
And that's like the first impression that I felt bad is because like my very first impression of Allie was not good. Like I did not trust you, and I feel bad because Allie is actually one of the most like genuine, honest people, and it's like. I was like, that bitch. I do not trust her. I do. It's not that I didn't like you. There was something about you. I was like, I don't know. And it's just so different from real life. Because that's like not who you are. It's like a game. It's like a totally different dynamic than real life.
But
you know?
I feel like in the game, episode 1, and this isn't shown, but nobody trusted me. I feel like there was a lot of talk about why is she being so bossy and blah, 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 blah. And I feel like the whole game, episode 1 to whenever I leave, I was as honest as I could be.
Which is maybe the very end as the victor.
Who's to say?
Yeah.
But from then until I leave, I feel like I was as honest as I could be and as loyal to my alliances as possible. And I feel like, at least in the beginning, that was not the perception. I feel like you, the whole time, didn't think you could trust me, ever.
It wasn't so much that I didn't think I could trust you because I thought you were lying. It was that I didn't like you.
Why? Tell me why you didn't like me.
Because my almost not saving you was made into such an ordeal, which I know was largely led by Josh. I know that was not you leading
Josh was having my back. Josh is real. Josh is real.
Cut that out.
Yeah, but the whole thing was, I thought, so emotional and ridiculous.
I'm emotional.
Right.
And I felt like you not saving me was a effed up thing to do.
Yep.
Because we did work together and I did choose you I didn't have to choose you by your standards.
You didn't.
You're saying you didn't have to save me. I didn't have to save you. So return the favor. That's what I was thinking.
Yeah.
And so for you to almost not save me was like, holy crap, this girl's mean and ruthless and I can't trust her and this hurts my feelings. I went into interviews like really upset about it. I was like, this really hurts my feelings.
That we weren't gonna save Allie. Was it Rick?
Rick.
It
was Rick told Josh.
But yeah, it was such an ordeal and it left a really bad taste in my
keep
mouth.
giving you my mic. I'm like, ever since Rachel got here, I'm like,
No.
share the mic. Share the mic. Okay.
But yeah. So it wasn't that I didn't trust you because it wasn't that I thought you were a liar. It was that I didn't like you or want to work with you because it was too risky.
That was actually funny. I remember you being that. Like, if Mac doesn't pick me, I'm gonna her up.
Yeah.
And I get it, honestly. I get both sides.
I was like, I will never try. I'm very like, I don't, it's not that I don't hold a grudge. I'm just done with you forever. Bye.
Which Minnie would say is a grudge.
Bye.
Yeah.
Okay, but that's not a grudge. I'm not like actively hurt by it. It's just like, goodbye.
Okay.
I don't trust you anymore. You're gone.
That's fair.
You do me wrong, like snip, snip.
Sure.
Bye-bye. Take the scissors.
Yeah, love to.
So now she likes me. Now she likes me. Okay, wait. So do you trust me now? Now that we're roommates?
Now that we're roommates.
And Rachel's our roommate?
And I do trust Rachel.
Roommates.
Oh, good.
Rachel, I feel like you're the same person that I thought you were on the show. And that's a good thing. I really liked you on the show. But like,
I liked you on the show.
Thank you. Well, I'm just saying, because like I feel very differently about Allie knowing her now than I
real
did
life.
on the show.
Wait, but I feel like you didn't give me a shot on the show.
I think I gave you a shot, and this whole thing blew up, and then that was the shot. And it wasn't
She
that I was
gave
holding
me
a grudge.
one
No,
shot
it wasn't that I was
in
holding a
episode
grudge.
1.
It was just that I was like, bye bye.
She's not a grudge.
Which isn't a
holder.
grudge.
Goodbye forever.
Yeah.
Which isn't
Snip,
a grudge.
snip.
Whatever. Well, I actually went back on Goodbye Forever. Oh, I can't even talk about this. Never mind. I'm not talking about anything but episode 1. And in episode 1, yeah, I did not like Mac. But here we are. Mm-hmm. Who do you think was the most trustworthy person on the bus now that we're off the bus? And who was the most not trustworthy? Like, who could you trust the least?
Who could I trust the least?
Yeah, off the bus. Like now
Like
that
as
you
a
know
person
people.
in real life.
Yeah,
not unrelated to the game.
Unrelated to the game. In real life, who would you trust the least? Both of you.
I'm trying to remember everybody.
Dangerous question.
It is a dangerous question, but I mean, I'm sure they.
It's hard for it to like not be colored by things that people did in the game.
Okay, so mix it together.
Okay, well then Rick.
Does Rick have kids?
I don't know. We did talk about this.
No, yeah, you weren't here.
You weren't here, but we
had a
did
whole
talk about.
No, does he have kids?
Does Rick?
I've never
have
seen pictures of them.
kids?
You gave him stuff to hang up pictures. He
I
never
did.
hung up any pictures.
I gave him. He never hung them up.
That's weird.
I don't know. I know that there were pictures of kids. I don't know, but we can't talk about that again.
They were just like from the Goodwill.
Okay,
You
fine,
just, like,
then.
Take the pictures out of the
Taking
frame.
your experience on the bus and then off of the bus, who would you trust the least, Rick?
It might be Ty.
Okay, yeah, true, because we can't even talk about it.
Yeah.
But yeah,
It might be Ty.
I don't know. We'll find out.
Well,
It's Rick or Ty.
it's Rick or Ty.
It's Rick or Ty.
Tiebreaker? No, like here's the thing. I think Ty like says it as it is. I think she's probably good at like hiding stuff. Like I had no idea that she had been divorced before.
Yeah.
Me.
It's like how
neither.
are you on a bus with somebody for so long and you never
And that
know?
didn't come up.
Granted, as somebody who also just got divorced, it's also like I don't want to talk about that shit.
Sure.
I told her
But
some very personal things, so I'm surprised that I didn't know that.
Yeah.
That's just like a big thing, right? Like
And it was fresh too. I
Yeah,
think.
yeah, it was like
Yeah.
really
Yeah.
fresh.
she literally said like the ink hadn't dried yet. I was like, so
Okay,
like,
but
I would
so who
be
would-
not shutting up about it?
So who would you trust the least now, considering everything? Rick?
I know Rick. I've never seen his kids.
Yeah.
Yeah.
If you
Where
gotta
was he
show
on
us them
that
Where
one?
kids.
are they?
Yeah.
Rick,
They
if
have
you
basements.
want
Right.
if you want to come under the covers, you gotta show us the kids. You know what?
Oh,
Come
show-
under the
bring
covers.
proof
Bring
of
the
life,
kids.
Bring
a
the
newspaper,
kids.
Bring the kids.
Today's date.
So who would you trust the most?
Well, you.
Me. Perfect. Rachel, who do you trust the most?
This.
Oh, me?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's
Which is funny because it was the total opposite. But you're like not the same person. You are the same person on the bus, but my perception of you is
Yeah.
1,000,000% different than on the bus.
Yeah.
And
For
I
sure.
think that that's crazy because in my perception, I thought everyone on the bus thought of me the way you guys think of me now. So I was like, everyone just
funny.
thinks I'm
That's
really
crazy.
sweet and
That's
trustworthy.
delusional.
Perception skills. I don't think anyone trusted you.
I know, which is crazy. I was like, Lottie Daddy, I'm such a sweet little girly pop. But yeah, I didn't realize that
I
wasn't the
think people probably
perception.
thought that's the game that you were playing. But I don't
Well,
think anybody thought
I mean,
that.
but it was to an extent. Like, I did want to be nice and I did want to, whatever, because I did think people would underestimate me.
Sure.
And I still think people underestimate me, just given everything. But I thought that I would at least be
I was going to say, let's expand on given
Yes.
everything.
given the yitties.
the yits and the yats.
I don't know, but we'll see.
Wait, so
Maybe
we go-
maybe I'm voted off next episode.
Maybe.
Viewership would go. Let's hope not. For NBC's sake, let's hope not.
I hope not
Who
too.
would you trust the most?
Myself. No, I'm just kidding. I'm kidding.
Crazy.
Who would I trust the most now that we're off of the show? You.
You don't
I
have to
think
say that.
no, but I'm saying that because we've spent the most time together because we both lived here.
Yeah.
I think second would be Rachel, and then
Oh, that's
What do you
convenient.
mean? Whoa!
No, I'm saying it's a convenient answer because we're
Yeah.
both here.
but yeah, you are
Who would
both.
you trust?
I already said Allie.
And then
I trust
third-
you though.
Okay.
Oh, and I trusted you on the bus.
Enough.
Yeah.
I actually think, and I don't know what all this is gonna be shown, but I feel like first couple episodes, like I feel like we were like really getting along, and like
Oh,
I really
I-
trusted you a lot.
You're the only person I think I never talked about my moves. Actually, I think I might have talked a little bit about you, but I just talked about everybody. I think it was just your clothes, but it was
Dang.
about you the person. Like, I think I was like, I had to make sure I talked evenly about everyone. But
That's fair.
no, I liked you from
Just
until I won.
Okay, wait.
right. Yes.
We gotta wrap this up because we have dinner plans.
Yep.
The girlies are
I
going
know
to dinner
Alex is
tonight.
texting. She's like dinner's or traffic's like wild.
No way. Okay. I don't even know what time it is.
It's almost 7.
Oh,
Oh my gosh. Okay, we really gotta go. But where did you guys think we were? Like when you were going in, when everyone was going to vote. Where did you think we were?
I think I would have gone around Tuscany.
Okay, around Tuscany. Where did you think we were?
Which watching back feels stupid. Milan.
Mm-hmm.
I thought we were. I was gonna put south of Rome. I wanted to be closer to Pompeii because that's where I originally was like, we're in
Close your
Pompeii.
eyes.
But yeah, I would have put south of Rome.
Mm-hmm.
So anyways, that's a wrap for the first episodes of Under the Covers.
Josh is dumb. Woo!
I don't think Josh is dumb, but yeah, Josh, really wish that you had stayed in the show. If you're seeing this, viewers, if you're watching, comment something. But also, you don't have
Which
to.
yit is your favorite? The right yit or the left yit?
The left yit is smaller.
Wait.
So.
I don't know, Mac, which one is.
How would she know?
The favored yit.
So yeah,
Questions.
comment with any questions or whatever, or don't. Just, see ya.
Thanks.
Sayonara. Bye. Peace out. Ciao.
Good. She knows her languages.
Ooh, we're
She
out.
knows
We're done.
that